Welcome back to Dealing with the Devils. It's Jack. No JD tonight. He is celebrating his 62nd birthday. So happy birthday to JD. Now the Blue Devils had I'd say an easy affair tonight. Not much of a challenge posed by Syracuse. And this one, the Blue Devils wound up winning 60-44. And even that, I don't think justifies really how far apart this game really felt throughout the game. Yes, the margin may have been closer throughout the game, but it never felt like Syracuse was going to mount any sort of threat to the Blue Devil lead. They just didn't have it in terms of their shooting tonight. And in a matchup of 2-3 zone playing teams, it surely wasn't the most exciting affair. I mean, you can tell just by looking at the score, but it was a slow game. It took 25 three-pointers attempted until either team made their first three on the night, and so it was definitely slow. But on the other hand, it was a very fast return for Marvin Bagley, who finished with 19.7 rebounds off the bench on 8 of 9 shooting. He was phenomenal in his first game back, showing he had a little extra motor than he usually does, running both ends of the court really efficiently and showcasing that ability to just get easy buckets for this Duke team that they'd missed without him. Now, his running mate, Wendell Carter Jr., also had a great performance, another double-double for him, filling the stat sheet as well with 4 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks on the night. Just seems to do a bit of everything on every game. And the two of them really were dominant. That was the true difference in this game. I mean, they combined for 35 points and 17 rebounds, and those 35 points in a game where Syracuse only scores 44 and the team scores 60, over half of their points, it's going to be a big difference. And Syracuse not only struggled to score from the outside but the inside as well, and thankfully for the Blue Devils, that seems to never be a problem when they have both Wendell Carter and Marvin Bagley. Now, for the other guys, this game, it was a bit slow affair, although I will say Marquise Bolden continued his string of strong performances outside of the last game, finishing with 7 points and 6 rebounds off the bench. But the guards tonight, Allen, Duval, and Trent, all were so-so, I would say. Duval really struggled, though, tonight. It feels like he's fallen too comfortable with his three-point shot. He had a little run of success towards the middle of the season, mid to late point of the season there. He had 3 or 4 game stretch where he made 7 of 10 threes. And then I feel like he fell in love with it a bit too much. He's been too willing to settle for it. Trent and Allen just didn't shoot the ball well today. Both those guys had shot the ball well in the previous few games, although Trent has struggled in a couple of games in a row. Should be interesting to see whether he can bounce back on Monday against Virginia Tech. They're going to need him to shoot the ball well, both him and Allen, but I think especially Trent, just because of how consistent he had been thus far in ACC play. Allen, we'll have to see again, what's going to happen. He did have 6 assists on the night, so that's a positive sign to go along with his 3 steals. But offensively, does he just struggle when he plays with Marvin Bagley? That's an interesting question and something that so far the evidence seems to suggest he does. Even his best game of the season, Michigan State, again, was played with with Bagley missing most of that game. So does Allen just need more touches? I'm not sure. But he did do a good job, communicating, playing good defense, playing at the top of that zone, getting in the passing lanes and running the offense efficiently. And lastly, 44 points again. I know I made the point last time out here that who are we playing? And this isn't the strongest Syracuse team again, but still, this is 4-5 performances in a row from this Duke defense with Bagley back now that you can point to and say this defense is playing at a different level in this 2-3 zone. Lastly, in terms of minutes from individual players, Delorier, again, I thought was very good, especially in the first half, just with his energy. He's not a scoring presence, but he hustles. He plays good on both ends of the court, knows where he's supposed to be in the zone, and rebounds the heck out of the basketball. And, he's on a game-by-game basis, if he catches a tip-in dunk or any sort of play, a big block where you can get the team going with energy, that's going to be vital for the team. And again, we have the Monday Virginia Tech game in Virginia Tech, but this is all a tune-up for North Carolina back in Durham. They need to get that win, close out the season, 6-game winning streak, as JD said, and playing well heading into the ACC tournament is going to be a key for this Blue Devil team. But this Virginia Tech team, moving forward to that game, has all the potential makings of a trap game. First off, it's easy to look ahead to North Carolina. They want that revenge game, but let's not forget Virginia Tech wants their revenge against the Blue Devils for how poorly they played against Duke and Cameron. So I look forward to that game. I think it's going to be close in Virginia Tech. I do think the Blue Devils' size in the interior is going to prove to be too much, however, and they will pull away and win. Well, for me, for Jack, for JD on Monday, see you guys next time. That's Dealing with the Devils.